everybody loves Buddy.
Hey guys. Did you guys know that you could be so sad that your heart will just stop working? Yeah, my doctors, they call it stress cardiomyopathy. Basically, a traumatic event or something stressful causes your heart muscles to weaken and a heart attack-like event occurs. You typically see this in women, specifically much older women. And I would like to tell you guys, of course, that this happened because of some dramatic loss of love or some traumatic event that happened to me, but honestly, it was just because I was super lonely. I'll take you back. I was 24 years old and living on my own for the very first time, and you know, I was sitting at home crying, listening to Coldplay. You know, typical Friday night stuff. And I started to feel a little funny, and my vision got a little blurry, and I don't remember much after that. The next thing I do remember, however, is I'm being wheeled into a hospital, and there's an EMT standing above me, and he's screaming, "Sir, you're having a heart attack, but you're going to be okay." These two statements seemed really contradictory to me. But I really wanted to believe him. Something about stress cardiomyopathy is usually with some medication and a little bit of rest, you're just fine. However, I was in really bad shape and not in my best mental state, so I had to be placed into a medically induced coma so I wouldn't die. Also, I was a very lazy millennial and hadn't updated my emergency contact since my last relationship. So I was alone for the whole thing. It's okay. I woke up 4 days later and I recovered and everything. And you know what's funny is right after I got out, that ex who was on my emergency contact who couldn't be bothered to come see me, she tried to get back with me, you know, and I thought about it, you know. And I figured, you know, dying alone of my heart exploding was a way better idea. You guys, I don't suffer from, but I do have narcissistic personality disorder. Which, for time's sake, I'm just going to refer to as NPD, because saying narcissistic personality disorder over and over again seems kind of narcissistic. I've had many diagnoses over the years, you know, depending on which psychiatrist I'm seeing, because one of my biggest issues, you see, is I tend to quit treatment when I've decided that we've cured me. This could be why I'm on therapist number 7 and psychiatrist number 3, but we will never know. Narcissistic personality isn't the sexy disorder I was hoping for, but it seemed to fit after doing my research. You know, NPD is associated with the thought that one deserves grandiose treatment. But, I mean, if we're all being honest here, I'm really fucking awesome, and people should treat me better. Empathy is also associated with exaggerating one's accomplishments. This one, however, doesn't fit for me, but I have dunked on Shaquille O'Neal, and I invented the word Snapple. My favorite thing about NPD is people's reaction when you tell them. Usually they just don't believe you. They'll hit you with the classic, "But buddy, you're so nice. How can you be a narcissist?" And I'll tell you guys a little secret. The biggest thing about narcissists is we just want everyone to like us. Everyone. And I've found that being nice to people is the easiest way into tricking them into liking you. Then I'll always get the inevitable, but buddy, you've worked with children, you're so nice, you're so good with kids. How can somebody who's a narcissist be good with children? And I always refer back to my first answer that all we want is everyone to like us. And here's a little secret, guys. Children are the easiest people in the world to impress. I mean, why do you think rapists go after them? All right, I'm going to end on a little more facts about MPD. MPD causes a lot of other fun stuff, you know, like depression and anxiety and suicidal thoughts, you know. I live with suicidal thoughts every day. However, I know for a fact that I no longer want to kill myself. But at 31 years old, I have 3 failed suicide attempts. Now, my therapist would like me to stop calling them failures. However, as most of you can see, I'm standing in front of you, and by suicidal law, I think that makes me a failure. You guys have been really nice tonight, and I want to thank you guys, and let's bring up your host.